this morning, Tate Reeves is calling for the closing of Unit 29 at Parchman. We'll have one family's reaction. And after an outbreak of the flu virus, the Lamar County School District is on mandatory shutdown. Details leading to the temporary closing.
And we're tracking yet again another chance of rain in the forecast heading into your Wednesday. Sunrise begins right now.
WCBI Sunrise starts now.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for waking up with us on this Wednesday. A death investigation is underway on Meadow Drive in South Tupelo. Investigators say that one person has died. Tupelo police also say they responded to North Mississippi Medical Center for reports of a patient who arrived to the hospital there with gunshot wounds. Now, at this time, the condition of that victim is unknown. The department says that the investigation is in the very early stages. We'll, of course, continue to follow this developing story and bring you more details as they become available. West Point police are asking for help finding a shoplifting suspect. Take a look at this video here. You can see in the video the suspect there, police say, is accused of stealing from a store on Monday around 9 p.m. Police say the woman left the store in an older model red Chevy or GMC Tahoe. If you have any information on the crime, you're asked to call West Point police. Governor Tate Reeves is asking the Department of Corrections to begin shutting down Unit 29 at Parchman. That unit has been at the center of the recent violence that we've been reporting on this month. Courtney Ann Jackson is learning more about what the shutdown will involve and how one family is reacting.
Hanifa Jones has lost both a brother and a nephew who were inmates in Unit 29.
It's not a hopeful situation to me of closing 29 down. Shut the whole prison down. Shut it down.
Jones is among the growing number of voices calling for more radical change.
I'm fighting right now for justice for my brother and my nephew as well as other inmates. But guess what? I'll never get a chance to see my brother or my nephew again.
Meanwhile, we're learning more about Unit 29. 980 inmates are currently being housed there. It's not just one building. Unit 29 is made up of 12 buildings. The governor says there are a lot of logistics being considered.
We have to ensure that we can safely and justly and quickly ship them to other facilities.
3 Unit 29 buildings are already closed. Those inmates were moved to a private prison in Tallahatchie County, along with 20 others from other Parchman units. And one part of 29 is death row. Interim Commissioner Tommy Taylor says MDOC can't move those 40 inmates.
That's where they're designated for death row, which that's done by statute, by the legislature. That's where they'll be. Now, if the legislature makes a change, then we'll look at that. But we're not moving any death row inmates anywhere other than where they are right now.
For Jones, she thinks the rally cries have fueled the decision, but she thinks it's too little, too late.
Don't just do enough to try to gain the public vote. Don't just do enough to try to shut us up, because I will not go nowhere and I will not shut up.
That was Courtney Ann Jackson reporting. Now, yesterday, Reeves referenced the possibility of using private prisons or regional jails to move some inmates. All right, we're going to send things over to meteorologist Vanessa Alonso to get a first look at our forecast this morning. Happy Wednesday and good morning to you, Vanessa.
Good morning, Scott, and good Wednesday morning to you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're yet tracking another chance of rain in the forecast. The good news is this is a fast-moving system, so the rain chances are looking to be not as much, and it's not looking like we're going to get as much rain. So I'm not expecting any flooding concerns with this event. But again, our northern counties, just north of Aberdeen and just south of Tupelo, you're dealing with some light rain this morning and into Macon, Louisville, and into just the north of Philadelphia. Here's a quick look at our Alpha Insurance sky cams this morning overlooking downtown Tupelo. You can already see the roads are a little wet out there in Tupelo as well in downtown Columbus. So wouldn't be a bad idea to allow some extra travel time this morning, as you may have to slow down due to the rain showers and the wet roads. I am tracking scattered on and off again light rain chances today, with temperatures topping out in the middle 50s. We will get a quick break. I will have the complete breakdown coming up in just a few minutes. Scott.
All right, Vanessa, thanks so much. We'll wash, rinse, and repeat. Hundreds of people across our viewing area are being impacted by the flu. The Lamar County School District, it announced yesterday that it's closing for the remainder of the week to clean and disinfect classrooms. Now, this comes after reports of more than 200 students at South Lamar calling out sick. Our Cash Matlock tells us how the school is handling the outbreak.
We have a number of students that are out with the flu or strep or a combination of both.
South Lamar Assistant Principal Josh Harper says the number of absentees is close to the hundreds.
Roundabout, almost there, yes.
There's also a number of faculty and staff out. It's no surprise that the district has decided to close for the remainder of the week.
It's okay to stay at home. The absences will be excused and the schoolwork can be made up.
The district's lead nurse, Michelle Crowley, says the schools tried to prevent this from becoming an issue earlier in the school year.
In November, we had a company come and we offered flu shots for kids across the county, so that was, we had to get parent permission to do that. So we wanted to be proactive in the flu this year, to try to help decrease the cases.
But Lamar County isn't the only place experiencing an influenza outbreak. This map from the CDC shows which areas have flu activity. The brown color shows areas where flu reports are widespread.
We have antibacterial soap in all the restrooms, hand sanitizer in the hallways. At the end of the day, we're spraying everything down, disinfecting. Our cafeteria workers are disinfecting throughout the day.
And also we're trying to teach people to keep their hands off the T-zone, which would be your eyes, your nose, and your mouth, because that's one of the ways you can spread.
Crowley says if you or your child start to experience flu-like symptoms, get to the doctor quick.
Get in with a healthcare provider, because the sooner you can get in, they can offer some medications that might help lessen the signs and symptoms of the flu and help you kind of feel better.
And if you already have the flu, there's certain guidelines for when it's safe to return to work or school.
Or at least 24 hours fever-free without using any kind of, fever reducers like Tylenol and stuff.
Also, all South Lamar basketball games, they have been canceled this week. Well, when using cleaning products, do you follow all the steps it says on the back of that label? If not, you might want to, because it could actually help keep you from getting sick. Elena Lester, Associate Professor for the Nursing Program at the Mississippi University for Women, she says that people sometimes skip a few steps when using these products, causing some germs to stay.
I think usually is allowing it time to dry is probably the most step that's missed. Generally, and also soaking the surface, whether it's an aerosol or a wipe, you still generally have to get enough wipes to soak the surface itself and get it a good wet texture on top. Once it's soaked, then you have to let it sit there.
Lester also stresses the importance of washing your hands with soap and water before anything, but if you don't have access to that at the moment, an alcohol-based cleaner is recommended as an alternative. Well, time now 4:37, still to come here on Sunrise. Our meteorologist Vanessa Alonso, she has a full look at our forecast this morning. But first, the Columbus Fire Department will be getting a brand new fire truck soon. That story and more when WCBI Sunrise returns. Welcome back, everyone. The fate of the Yalobusha County Sheriff's race now rests in the outcome of an upcoming special election. Mark Fulco and Luther Folson, they are the candidates that are on the ballots. A judge ordered for a special election to take place for 2 precincts. Circuit Clerk Daryl Burney says that the special election was called because 4 absentee ballots were not properly filled out. Roughly 2,200 voters live in the 2 precincts. Burney says that they're going to add the totals from the general and special elections to determine that outcome. At this time, a date has not yet been set for that special election. Columbus firefighters, they'll soon be riding around the city in style. The Columbus Fire Department recently acquired a brand new custom-built E1 Quest fire truck. The new vehicle costs over $560,000. Now, the FEMA assistance to firefighters grant, it paid for almost $250,000. A big chunk of that helped pay for it, while the state of Mississippi fire insurance rebate went toward the rest of that balance. The engine has a 1,250 gallon per minute pump, as well as tons of other good features.
That truck right there can be tracked at any time and moved. Back up, the gas, the oil, the transmission. If something wrong, it will alert you it will alert me on my phone or whomever we have designated for. It's a state-of-the-art truck that will provide the services, but not only just provide the services to the citizen, but it will let us know of problems, and we won't have to pay a lot of money in trying to get them repaired.
The truck will replace E24, which has been in service for 25 years. It will be housed at the new Station 4, that is, on Airline Road. A Northeast Mississippi business is looking to hire 90 more people as it expands its manufacturing capacity. Innicor makes memory foam products for the bedding industry, including the popular mattress in a box. The company announced it is adding a second production line and 90 more workers. The company will invest about $4 million in the expansion. The general manager of the Baldwin facility says its workers are the key to the plant's success.
So what sets us apart, I do believe it's our people. We have a group of people that want to win. They want to be the best at what they do. We have a long history of capability and of getting things done in an innovative way, and to be able to execute like we have has been tremendous.
The plant opened its Baldwin plant in 2004, hiring for the new positions. It's underway. The plant has 22 plants throughout the country. Well, whether you live in Starkville or you're a student at Mississippi State University, you've probably been to Obie's at some point in time. Now, after 43 years in business, owner Don O'Bannon is hanging up his apron for a much-needed rest and retirement. Now, over time, he's worked hard to create a place where residents can order a unique style of New Orleans food, but now he says it's time to pass the torch. O'Bannon sold his ownership of Obie's to Ayers Spencer. Looking back on his long run in the food industry, O'Bannon says it's not goodbye, just a bittersweet hello to a new beginning. All right, we're going to send things over to meteorologist Vanessa Alonso. Vanessa, how's that forecast this morning?
Well, we are tracking yet another round of rain in the forecast for your Wednesday. We've been tracking it all morning long. Stay tuned. Your forecast is coming right up.
Super Tuesday in men's basketball lived up to the name. Super Tuesday. Insane comebacks, double OT thrillers. Highlights and scores next in sports.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with meteorologist Vanessa Alonso.
Good Wednesday morning to you. Unfortunately, we are once again dealing with another round of light rain this morning. We've been tracking it on our radar throughout the morning hours. Right now, most of the rain is literally just to the south of Tupelo into Aberdeen and from the south of Columbus through Louisville, just to the north of Philadelphia. I'm not expecting too much from this rain event today. It's looking to be very scattered and very light at times. But unfortunately, this is the last thing we need. We don't need any more rain. We're already at over 9 inches for the month of January. Currently, we are seeing some wet roads out there on our Alpha Insurance sky cams overlooking downtown Columbus into downtown Tupelo and Louisville, Mississippi. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to slow down and leave a few minutes early this morning due to the light rain and the wet roads. Our Durance Pharmacy care in Vernon, Alabama is tracking cloudy skies this morning. Temperatures not too bad, though, in the middle to upper 40s right now. And they're going to stay steady throughout the morning into the early afternoon, as temperatures today alone will only go up into the lower to middle 50s for highs, with those chances of scattered light rain showers throughout the day. It could be a little bit breezy out there with those east winds anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour. So here's our upper level low just to the south of us over southern Mississippi this morning. So I'm expecting more rain for our southern counties today. For us here, for our central northern counties, very scattered light rain chances throughout the afternoon into the evening hours. We'll start seeing a little bit of a break in the cloud cover heading into tonight as the rain comes to an end, but we'll see another round of cloud cover push through during the overnight hours into your Thursday morning before the clouds really start breaking up, and we'll see the sunshine make a quick return for your Thursday before another round of rain pushes through on Friday. But a beautiful weekend is shaping up for us with sunshine and the temperatures going up into the 60s. Enjoy it because another chance of rain is returning early next week. Now here's Tom with sports.
Mississippi State looking to bounce back after the weekend heartbreaker against Oklahoma. The Bulldogs trying to boost its NCAA tournament resume, taking on the Florida Gators. The Bulldogs haven't won inside the O-Dome in 6 straight tries, or since 2008 on the road in Gainesville. Gators come out ablaze. Noah Locke for 3. It's good. Bulldogs down 16 in the first half. Game over, right? Wrong. Second half, Bulldogs go berserk. Florida pressing, Bulldogs break it. Reggie Perry to Robert Woodard for the 2-hand jam. Steve Spurrier's like, man, I got to tell Steve Spurrier Jr., get that guy in the wide receiver room at State. Abdullah Do with the swat. Weatherspoon, Woodard, the game-breaking tomahawk jam. Bulldogs cut it to a 2-point ball game. They would tie it up. Nick Weatherspoon to Tyson Carter. Bulldogs take the lead on that triple, and the 3-ball was very kind to Mississippi State in the second half. Really because Florida just left them open. Reggie Perry wide open makes the Gators pay. And one more time, they leave Robert Woodard wide open. The dagger, onions. Mississippi State comes back from down 16. They outscore Florida 17 in the second half. They snap that winless streak in Gainesville with the 78-71 win. The madness from Tuesday didn't stop in Gainesville. To Oxford, Ole Miss taking on 17th ranked Auburn. Ole Miss nearly loses the ball. Blake Hinson finds Austin Crowley, the West Point man, with the knockdown triple. It's 15-2 Ole Miss. Under 4 minutes to go in the half, Ole Miss up 14. Devontae Shuler drives into the lane, scoops it up. Pretty finish in traffic. Ole Miss up by as much as 19 in the second half. But then Auburn comes back. Anthony McLemore gets open off the screen, hits the 3-pointer. And on the next possession for Auburn, they run the same play, same result. McLemore, the lefty, nothing but nylon. It's a 5-point game, now a 2-point game. Rebels still up. Javon McCormick spins to the bucket, hits the layup with 2 minutes to go to tie it up. We would go to overtime, tied at 66. Insane shot there. Here in overtime, final seconds left, Samir Dowdy His shot is no good, so we go to double overtime. And in double OT, Isaac Okoro, you take it to the bucket, battle through the defender, off the window for the and one bucket. Auburn takes a 1-point lead. Last chance for Ole Miss. Blake Hinson tries to play the hero, but the shot is off. Auburn with its biggest comeback in school history. Tigers defeat Ole Miss 83-82. Playoff soccer underway on Tuesday. Starkville Yellow Jackets hosting Clinton. Fast forward to second half, 79th minute, 0-0. Miles Sims on the attack, but Peyton Rogers says, not in this house. We go to extra soccer. In overtime, Luke Bryant with the PK after a Starkville foul in the box. Clinton takes a 1-0 lead, and the Arrows do all their damage in the extra period. Jarian Hoskins stays with the ball, past the goalkeeper, gets it in for the goal. Starkville's season comes to an end in round one. Clinton gets the win 2-0. Playoff soccer continuing in New Hope. Trojans taking on Lafayette. New Hope up 1-0. Look at the move from Christian Juarez. Pulls a rope-a-dope on him. Gets into the possession of Trey Parnell. Great chance to score, but great save from Landel Escobedo. It's a 1-0 New Hope lead still. And later in the first, New Hope with the throw-in. Parnell's going to try and cross this one into the box. It would go off the hand of a Lafayette defender. That means a PK. Trojans turn to Ellis Clark. Automatic. 2-0 New Hope takes the lead. The Commodores would tie it up in the 58th minute in the second half. The game would go to overtime, but New Hope wins in sudden death. Trojans advance with the 3-2 result. Playoff soccer continuing on Tuesday. Tupelo dominates South Haven 7-0. Oxford defeats Lewisburg 5-0. Ripley defeats Caledonia 3-2. New Albany defeats Pontotoc 2-1. Madison St. Joe's defeats Winona 11-1. And TCPS winning an OT battle on the road at Senatobia 5-4. And on the girls' side, Clinton defeats Starkville 1-0. Tupelo defeats South Haven 4-0. Oxford scores late to defeat Lewisburg 1-0. Lafayette goes on the road to defeat Grenada 3-0. Caledonia blanks Corinth 2-0. Moorville dominates New Albany 7-0. And last but not least, Madison St. Joe's defeats Winona girls soccer 7-0. That's it for sports. Have a fantastic rest of your morning. Sunrise continues right after the break.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Vanessa Alonso.
Good Wednesday morning to you. We are tracking yet again another chance of rain in the forecast for your Wednesday, but we have a quick moving system that is going to keep the rain chances very light and very scattered. Temperatures will be topping out today at 55 degrees thanks to the cloud cover and the rain cooled air. Will be a bit breezy at times with those east winds at 5 to 15, gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Overnight lows will fall to 38 degrees tonight as the rain comes to an end with mostly cloudy skies. We'll get a little bit of a break heading into into your Thursday with a few clouds, a little bit more sunshine. Temperatures will be topping out near average at 57 degrees before yet another chance of rain pushes in for your Friday. But look at this heading into the weekend, Scott. The 60s making a comeback.
Yay!
And
We
sunshine.
love the 60s. We need some sunshine.
Oh.
So ever since I've had Moose, and you know, you were talking about him earlier this morning, I've walked him more in the rain than anything, so I'm looking forward to
I
the
wish you would
sunshine.
have brought Moose this
I know,
morning.
he was tired. He didn't want to wake up this morning, so he's staying home all snuggled up and staying a little bit warm. So cute. All right, well, thanks so much, Vanessa. And thank you guys for joining us. Stick with us. We got another hour of sunrise coming up right after this.